Hey, whoever's here, welcome back. Hopefully you got a notification and it told you I was live this time. Apparently not. Didn't want to hang out. Fuck you anyway. So fucking frustrated with YouTube today. I've actually lost subscribers. YouTube, you fucking assholes. What are you doing to me? I think my fucking page has been shadow banned for some reason. What the fuck is going on here? What up? What up? What up? Hey, Aaron, welcome in. I don't know what's going on, but I think YouTube's like shadow banning me or something today. It seems like nobody's getting the notifications on the live. We've been out here fishing for quite a few hours, and no, YouTube's just not pushing the information to people. So, but yes, there's 4 of you here. Welcome in, guys. We're out here fishing my secret lake, trying to catch that lake record bass. I got a cat rod out. Starting to think there's no catfish in this lake. It just seems like they don't want to bite anything. Could be the water temperature is 82 degrees and the outside air temperature is 112 degrees. And they've started dropping the lake level. They're going to be dropping 9 feet of lake level out of here. So, hey, thank you, Jaron. Appreciate that. Hopefully you hit that subscribe button and check out more of the content on the channel. We got some really cool stuff coming up once the weather turns. My channel's all about off-road, all about hunting, all about fishing, and just pure outdoor stupidity as well. So once the weather changes and it's not 120 degrees in the deserts all the time, we'll be down in the desert doing some cool stuff too, as well as deer hunting season starts up in a few weeks here. So we'll be doing some deer hunting. We're doing all kinds of stuff. So, and then we're going to start doing some giveaways here and there. So hopefully you guys stick around for all that. As of right now, we're fishing with some pretty crazy wind. I'm surprised I'm actually staying on anchor. But we haven't got one thing yet today. I'm getting my ass handed to me by these fish. I was 7 subscribers away from the 1,000 mark earlier, and I've had a stalker of a troll in here lately that I don't know what his obsession is with me, but I hit him and he starts coming back with just multiple channels. And I think what he did was he subscribed from like 30 different channels. And every time I get close to 1,000, he bumps a bunch of his subscriptions off and kills my freaking chances to get to 1,000. So, but I have some friends in really, really high places in the computer world, and they've actually found him. So, if need be, if he keeps it up, I can have them actually completely disable his IP address. He has a VPN, but that doesn't matter. These guys are good. They're real good. So anyway, we're not gonna worry about that. What we're gonna worry about is where the hell did all the damn fish go? Bass and the catfish. None of them are biting. I'm thinking it's the weather. It's so windy and it's so hot. The lake dropping the way they're dropping it is just shut the fishing completely down. They're dropping this lake 9 feet this month to fill a reservoir that is not as important as this one. The reservoir that the water is going into is one that is only open seasonally. I think it's open 4 months out of the year. And to actually be able to fish it, you have to buy tickets to get in through Ticketmaster. It's called Barrett Reservoir in San Diego. It's one of those places where if you do buy your Ticketmaster tickets to get in there, you're going to have a day of a lifetime on that lake. You're going to catch 100 plus fish. They're all going to be in the 2-pound range at most because the way they're running that place is completely trash. It doesn't promote growth in the fish. They're not, there's a bunch of them in there, but they're not getting big. So what they're doing is because that reservoir is low, they're lowering this one to feed that one. And it's kind of a stupid thing if you ask me. I can understand if that one was like super low, but it's not. So they're kind of screwing up this lake to help that lake at the end of its season. So, and we don't have any more rain coming for Southern California. It's still probably like 65 years. We'll get some more rain, but other than that, this lake's not going to fill up. It's going to continue, even though they're going to drop it at 9 feet that they want to drop it, but it's going to continue to drop just from regular evaporation. So, and we do not have any rain in the foreseeable future to be able to fill this lake back up. 9 feet, that's going to take a lot of water to fill that up. This lake's huge. So dropping the overall lake level 9 feet is going to be just insane. But I guess it's because they charge $100 for a ticket to fish that other lake. They want, higher lake level. So, that $100 does get you 4 people and a rental boat. But it's a really weird system there. So what they do is you have to show up, you have to buy a ticket, which if you can get lucky and get a ticket, they go on sale. My goodness, that's just flying in the wind. Once they go on sale, they sell out within, it's like Comic-Con. You just got to keep hitting enter to hope you get a ticket. And once you get a ticket for your selected day, because you have to select the day you want your ticket for, then you have to be at the front gate at a certain time. And what they'll do is they'll escort you down in to the lake. And once you're in, you can't get out. Like say you only wanted to fish half a day, right? And you wanted to leave at 1 o'clock. Well, there's 2 entry times for the lake. It's like 5:30 a.m. and another one at I think it's 8 a.m. After that, there's 2 exit times. So what they do is when the 5:30 crew gets all the way through the gate, lock the gate behind you. And then when the next load of people come in, they lock the gate behind them, and they do not unlock it until a certain time of day. So if you have, like, say you're out there fishing and the wife calls and says, hey, the kid just fell off his bike and broke his arm, you need to come home immediately. You have to go track somebody down, give them the reason that you need to leave for them to escort you back to the gate and let you out. It's totally stupid, in my opinion. Now, I understand why they do this. They do this to make money. So, hey, Liam, welcome in. Good to see you. They make money off that lake. But to drain this lake, to fill that lake, is ridiculous because this lake's open 364 days a year. They close it on Christmas. So, other than that, this lake's open. And to drain this lake level, now here's the thing, by draining this 9 feet, what they're going to do is they're going to basically eliminate boat launch. The boat ramp is already so shallow here that to get my boat off the trailer, all 4 wheels of my truck need to be in the water because of the shallow boat ramp. Once this thing hits the full 9-foot drop here, I won't be able to launch my boat here anymore. So this may be the last time I fish this place on my boat. Now they do have rentals, but why would I spend $50 a day for a rental boat, plus $5 parking fee, plus an $11 fish permit for the lake? That's $66 it would cost me to fish here every day because I can't launch my boat. Because, the boat ramp will be out of the water once it drops to the 9-foot mark. So they're kind of killing this lake as well by dropping it that much. So you can shore fish it, but, dropping that far, it's going to push the fish into basically a freaking hiatus. They're going to go hide in the depths to where you can't get to them from shore. Because, the shoreline's going to be 9 feet more than it is now. So it's going to get ridiculous here in a minute. But I don't work for the lake. I don't run the lake. I just fish it. So not much I can do about it. It really is sad. It really is, because they're messing up a fishery that's already having issues. So they have an aerator in this lake up by the dam, which is off to the right here. They turned on the aerator and it created an algae bloom because they waited too long. The water was already too warm. And then the aerator broke. So it created even more issues. They finally got it fixed, but it was too late. The water here is like this nasty baby shit green all of a sudden. Whereas it wasn't always a super clear water lake, but it was better than it is now. So the management here is just junk. They care more about their campground than they do the lake. So, but that's enough about that. We're going to try to catch a lake record here today. We're going to see if we can do it. Hey, Jeff, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. I've been here on Anchor for probably a good close to 2 hours. And I'm really surprised I've actually been able to anchor up here for that long. I'm really thinking that because I'm staying on anchor, my anchor is wedged into the rocks down there so bad I won't get it back. So the boat keeps turning so bad that it's hard to actually fish this rock pile I'm sitting above. Like I cast towards the bow, and by the time my bait sinks to the bottom, it's 20 feet off the stern. And then I cast off the stern, and by the time my bait sinks to the bottom, I've been turned so much that the bait's actually almost on the opposite side of the boat behind it. So it's been a rough day out here. The wind is just brutal. I'm almost thinking what I might do is pick up anchor real quick and kind of move to the other end of the lake again where the wind isn't so bad and try it down there, because this is just not productive here. I've been here for 2 hours on this spot and haven't caught anything. And I'm fishing an offshore rock pile where there should be a decent amount of fish. So deepest part of this lake is 56 feet, according to my fish finder. And that's up at the buoy line of the dam. So let me see if I can pull this anchor or if it's completely stuck. If it's stuck, we're screwed. If it's not, we're all right. I think I might be getting it. Nope, it is stuck. I'm gonna have to pull the boat past the anchor and see if I can pull it from the other direction. I'm hoping I get my anchor back here because I'm down to one anchor. Yeah, it's stuck. I might not get it back. If I can pull a boat past it, I might be able to pull it out of whatever it's stuck in. Nope, it is. I'm going to lose an anchor, guys. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to tie it off, and we're going to see if I can drive it out a little bit and get it unstuck. So I'm going to put my cat rod in here. Turn that clicker off. Probably lost my cat bait. Oh, no, I did not. All right. So we're going to move everything. We're going to move the camera. We're going to move all that. And I'm going to try to drive forward a little bit and see if I can get my anchor back without losing it. Probably not. Probably going to lose my whole anchor rope, all of that, but we'll see. It would be far for the course today, though, I'll tell you that. The way today's been going, I kind of knew when my anchor set and stayed right there that it might have been a big problem. Uh-oh. Boat didn't want to start there for a minute. Boat doesn't want to stay running all of a sudden. What in the world's going on here? This could be a bad, bad day. Oh, hold on. I got to check this text, guys. It's going to buffer for a minute. Sorry about that, guys. That was the wife texting me. I had to respond to her. Try to drive this thing off anchor and see what happens. Oh my goodness. And I think I just broke the rope. I think I just broke the anchor off. Yep. I just lost my anchor. Would you believe that? I just lost my freaking anchor. I do not believe that. That is the third anchor I've lost in this lake now. All right, let's go for a ride. Okay, some reason something's going on here. I'm having a bad day, guys. I'm having what you call the day I should have stayed in bed. There we go. Let's go for a little ride around the lake. Let me move you guys up into the other phone holder here. So, a few months ago, I had some carburetor issues with the boat. What was that retouch off? What? Okay, there we go. I cannot believe I lost a fucking anchor. Son of a bitch. So I had some issues with the carburetor to where it was, the floats were out of whack. The jets were out of whack. The guy I bought the boat from was a total freaking idiot. Didn't know what he was doing and tried to do a bunch of stuff for the boat himself. He had zero mechanical skill whatsoever. So he tried to YouTube video a bunch of stuff on how to do this and how to do that. And he completely screwed stuff up. So when I bought the boat, I got it for $2,800 from him. He had it listed for $6,000. And first thing he told me when I showed up at his house, I drove to Arizona to buy the boat. First thing the guy says when I get to the house, didn't introduce himself, didn't give me his name, no introduction whatsoever. Very first thing he said to me was, "Hey, I don't know a thing about boats. I'm relying on you to tell me what's going on." And I just took that and ran with it. I pretty much just shafted him on the price. So I got the boat back, took it out, and sure enough, it was doing a little misfire. Turned out he had a bad spark plug. But I was having some issues with the carburetor where the floats were out of adjustment. So, when you give it fuel, it would die. Well, I have that all taken care of. The carb's rebuilt, the whole 9 yards. And now it's starting to act up and do that again. So I think instead of doing a carb rebuild, I need to just buy new carbs. So, whatever though, it is what it is. It's a boat, it floats, it's got a motor on it, it's got a gas tank, it's got a steering wheel, and I can fish from it. That's all I care. Oh gosh, that water is good. So good. I'm on my 2nd gallon of water today, you guys. So what we're going to do, now that we're heading to a new spot, I'm going to re-rig. I'm going to take off my spinnerbait here. And I'm going to put on Senko. I'm going to start throwing the Crappie Man jigs and see what I can get off those. I'm going to actually throw the boat in neutral because I'm almost at the cove I want to fish. And we'll re-rig here and see what we can do. See if we can get a nice big old bass to come out and play. So hopefully we can. I still got a cat rod set up. And I got a black blue jig set up, which so far the black blue jig has been working the best out here on this lake lately. But I really want to throw some of these Senkos that I got from Crappie Man because they just look phenomenal. Like right when I saw the color on them, I had to order. I had to order them. So I'll go with more of a round bend hook here for these and see what we can catch on them. I'm gonna just kind of idle. Yeah, give me 1 second, Jerry. Let me tie this hook on, and I'll actually let you guys see all 3 colors that I got from them. They're like, the camera does them no justice. They're freaking phenomenal looking. There's a color, they're all core shot. So there's a Urgol color, is what it calls it. It's a almost looks like, so he says he uses a clear outer layer and then a like a bluish core shot. But to me, to the naked eye, once it's all put together, oh shit, I should probably turn and not hit the rock pile. That would not be good for the boat. He says it's a clear, but it's like a blue. So it's a clear outer shell with like a blue inner, and a black tip tail. So I know it's hard to see, but those things are phenomenal looking. And then I've got his Morning Dawn, which again, the camera doesn't do any justice. And then I'm really excited about these. These are a rainbow trout. So you can see how they're like a smoky shad look with that pink inner core. I'm thinking those are going to crush it. So the first ones I'm going to try are the Urgle, because those were the ones that I saw first that made me want to make the order. So I got my hook tied on. I'm going to basically Texas rig one of these weedless, no weight, and see what happens. Hopefully, these are nice and thick and solid feeling too. Like the feel of these things, they're solid. So I'm going to really be excited to throw this. I can't wait to get this in the water. So let me get this rigged. Oh, those are a nice, solid bait. Very nice bait. Crappie Man Jigs, you guys. If you haven't, if you're not a subscriber to Crappie Man, you need to be. He makes some really cool stuff, and he does it live. So you get to see all the baits that he makes being made, which is pretty cool. Not a lot of people are doing that. So I kind of went through a little far on that one. We back that out and reset that. Okay. All right, there we go. And then that should come through right about there, right about where I had it. All right. So I got that rigged up. We're going to go over here. I'm going to have to retie a new anchor on because I'm down to one anchor on the boat now. I lost the big anchor. And I don't know why. Well, I know why. I knew I was going to lose it once I was at that spot and actually stayed there. So let me go tie on my other anchor real quick and get prepared to get over there. Let me find the end of this anchor rope. So it broke right at the, it broke off right at the anchor. So that anchor was stuck like Chuck. So tie a straight up fisherman's knot for my anchor here. All right, and hopefully this little teeny tiny anchor will actually keep me where I need to be for the rest of the day. I'm going to have to go buy a big 50, 60 pound anchor because something about this freaking lake just doesn't like to let you sit on anchor. So let's get back over here where I want to fish and see what we can do. I really like this little cove over here. And it's starting to get some shade and stuff into it too, so that might help us. So let's get over into the cove and get set up and see what kind of fish we can catch. Oh, come on, boat. Come on. All right, we're heading into the sun, but we'll be all right. We're going to turn away from it in a minute here. So, I don't know why, but YouTube is not pushing my channel out today. So, I guess we're just going to quit worrying about trying to hit that 1,000 mark because it looks like YouTube doesn't want that to happen. I'm going to actually see if I can get... I've been docking up on the outer bank of the cove, or anchoring up on the outer bank of the cove. I might try to see if I can kind of anchor in the cove a little more. See if that does anything for me. So, we throw on the water brakes here. All right, I'm going to drop that anchor real quick, guys, and see if we stay. Oh, come on. It wrapped around my foot. Good thing it's not a big anchor. Okay, it's on the bottom, so question is, will it actually hold us here? We'll know in a minute. I'm going to shut the motor down and see what we can get going. I think we're going to stay here. I don't know. So, I'm going to flip this cat rod out back behind me a little bit and see what happens. I don't have very high expectations for catfish in this lake all of a sudden. Okay, so that's out. We'll set the clicker. That's just me lifting the rod, guys. All right. So we got the clicker set. Let me tighten that up. All right. Clicker set. Switch rods over here. Oh, I gotta unlock that one. Switch rods. Oh, come on, I went too far. Switch out the rods. And then I'll move the camera too, guys. Give me just a second here. Let me just get situated. Hoping we stay on anchor here. Looks like we might. All right, let me 1 second. So we'll set up the camera in the tripod. And let's see if we can get some fishes. All right, there's 5 of you watching. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm sorry that YouTube's not pushing out the channel, so there's more people for you to hang out with in here, but we're going to do what we can. So I'm going to move the camera to my other side a little bit without jacking up the freaking cat line. Okay. So now, I don't know what it is about this cat line, but it always wants to drift right under the boat. So here we go. First cast ever with the Crappie Man Ergel Senko. And that was not a good cast. But it is what it is. All right. And I left my stuff down here on the... Where'd I leave it? Right there. Okay. All right. Hopefully, 6 of you here. Hopefully you can watch me catch a bass on the Urgel Senko from Crappie Man. I just have it basically Texas rigged with no weight. So what I call a weightless rig, weightless Texas rig. And it seems like this little anchor is holding us here. So and I think something might have just tapped the cat rod. I heard the clicker click one click. But so the crown, it's a weird little thing that YouTube started doing. It's basically giving the people that chat the most credit. So it gives you like what they call experience points. And it's just basically a way for YouTube to like say, hey, you know, this person's chatting more than that one. That was a shit cast. All right, let me recast this. I'm trying to get right over there next to these rocks. I'm not going to do it like that. Or that. What the hell was that, man? All right, I just flipped that so hard it freaking slid the worm on the hook. Let me get that back where it's supposed to be. There we go. Now it's nice and straight. See, I'm on the less windy side of the lake now too, so that should help a little bit. Man, that thing just sailed in the wind. It's like everywhere I go, the wind will change for a minute, and then it'll just, you know, like in my favor, and then all of a sudden it just totally turns on me. Like it just blew my cat line to where the freaking line is like wrapped around. Oh my God, man, I got to deal with this, guys. The cat line is wrapped around itself because the freaking wind is blowing the braid around. All right, there we go. Now it's all wrapped up around the boat. What the? Talk about pissed off. I hate that fucking clicker noise when I'm reeling. I should turn it off, huh? All right, let me reset this cat line, guys. I'm going to toss it behind me. Bear with me a second. I'm just going to flip it right out here a little bit. It keeps tangling up around the weight and stuff too. Okay. All right. Give me a second, guys. I'm fighting with everything over here. Like nothing wants to cooperate today. Okay, that's set. That clicker's on. All right, there we go. Is that actually getting bit? That's just the weight. I think that's just the weight. Okay, it was up off the bottom a little bit, I think. So let me get that tight again. Turn the clicker on, and we should be good to go. Now, this is probably stuck on something in the bottom. Oh, no, it's not. All right, I got lucky there. This lake is so famous for snags that you miss something, you know, you leave something sit for 20 seconds and you snag up. And, okay, I just felt the anchor catch. I thought I was going to get blown off again. My goodness. So, guys, there's 5 of you watching. Appreciate you being here. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. There's usually 15, 20 in here. YouTube's been really like throttling my channel the last couple of days. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like because I'm so close to 1,000 that, you know, they're angry at me for almost reaching my goal. But something's definitely going on here. I've actually lost subscriptions today rather than gained them on the live, which doesn't seem very normal. So I'm just slowly working this Texas rig Senko. I may cast it a little deeper up the shoreline here, like through the middle of the cove, and just give it a real long retrieve. With the wind, I can't really get it that far. Man, this wind is just playing havoc on this cat rod. All right, there we go. All right. Hopefully we can get a fish now. Yeah, there's a lot of fishing channels, guys. There is a lot. And I think YouTube's starting to penalize us for it. I don't know what their deal is. I know they've been doing some software updates, and I know it's screwed a bunch of people's channels up. I'm kind of wondering if that's what's going on. Like their software updates are just throttling people's channels to the point where like you're not going to get the views that you were or something. I don't know. I really don't know. But it's frustrating being, you know, you get so close and then they just stop pushing your channel out. So the fact that I've actually lost 3 subscribers today, I think what's happening is I had that troll, and I think that troll signed up on a bunch of different channels, or you know, and maybe they've been sitting in the chat silently, and every time somebody subscribes, they're unsubscribing 2 of them. But who knows? Who knows what's happening? I know if you guys haven't subscribed to Want to See My Rod, check his page out. I believe he's live right now too. He's got a killer channel as well. He had a day the other day where he ended up with like 200 and something subscribers for the stream and like 700 and something watch hours, which is just insane. But I've restarted this live a few times today, and it just seems like it's not pushing out. So I don't know what's going on, but it's really frustrating when you start gaining traction and momentum, and all of a sudden that momentum just completely goes down the toilet. Like within a day. I did a couple streams. Let's see. I did a stream on Wednesday from the lake here, and it did okay. And then Thursday I was at the pond and I got nothing. Like absolutely nothing. I even did a giveaway, and there was only like 10 or 12 people in for the giveaway. So, and then today a lot of people have told me that they're not getting the notifications. So I don't know what that's all about, but it is what it is. We're still out here. We're fishing. We're having a good old time. It's hot, but you know, I expected that coming into it. I knew it was going to be 112 out here today, so that's all on me, you know. But I think the heat, the lake dropping as much as it has, the water temperature being so high, I think that's really affected the fish. Because even the carp, like normally the carp are rolling like crazy here, and they're not even rolling. So I don't know what's going on. Man, I need to just get like 10 more feet in this cast. I think I should have used my other rod to cast this, but I got my jig tied on the other rod, which I might throw into this cove here in a minute because I know I've done really well on jigs here. The jig and the donkey rig are my two go-to baits in this lake, and I actually haven't thrown the donkey rig yet today, which I might throw that next and then go back to the jig. So we'll see. I'm gonna fish this this Ergo color stick bait back in real slow. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna put my rod in the rod holder here and kind of dip my feet in this water because it's hot. Let me see if I can do this without falling my fat ass off the boat. Let me see. Let me get over here away from this rail. Okay. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to get situated. Oh, whoops. I just sat on the freaking motor trim button. Okay, so got my rod back up here. This actually feels really good with my toes in the water. I actually want a boat where I can sit on the bow and my toes don't hit the water. Yeah, the fish are hiding. Well, the fish are, is it the fish hiding or YouTube hiding my channel? You know, it's funny, the other day when I was at the pond, I think a few of you guys were watching, I was at the pond and Mrs. SoCal showed up over there and I ended the live because, you know, we had a few things we were talking about that didn't need to be on a YouTube live. And I ripped off right after I finished the live. Seriously, like 5 minutes after I turned it off, I ripped like 5 bass back-to-back casts. They weren't big. They were all like a pound or so. But it just goes to show, like, I swear to God, the fish are camera shy. I really think they are. Now I'm going to bounce this off the rocks over to my right. Whoa. Nope. Got lucky there. Not really, because I just wrapped braid all around my whole boat. Gosh darn it. This wind is killing my soul today. All right, is it off of the boat? Yeah, it's off of the... No, it's not. Where am I caught? There it is. Okay. I've never had so many problems with wind. Even though it's kind of dead right now, it's just, this braid's just still floating. Floating in the breeze when you cast it. And I don't want to go to a different, well, I mean, I'm going to switch this braid out. I got new braid on order. This Bass Pro Shot stuff is just terrible. But I don't want to not use braid on my main line. Because here, there's so many snags and hang-ups that you need that extra power of the braid. I just don't know what, I just don't understand what happened to the fish lately, though. Because usually this place is pretty good. I can usually come over here and rip off, you know, 10, 12, 15 fish in a day. And the last few times I've been here, I've been either skunked or I've only got one. And I really, really think it has to do with the weather, the water clarity, and the fact that they're dropping this lake so much. You know, that 9 foot, that 9 feet doesn't sound like a lot, but when the lake drops 9 feet, that's a lot of water to lose. That's a lot of water to lose. And the lake they're putting it into just makes no sense why they're doing that. Oh, nice. See, it always works that way. The full moon, maybe. hot, low visibility, low oxygen. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. They turned on the aerator and it really, the aerator, when they, I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but the aerators were having issues when they turned them on. And it really screwed up the lake for a little bit, and it still hasn't recovered. I keep seeing little surface bubbles here, almost like bait fish are being schooled up or something. I'm going to try to fish this thing a little different here. See if I can kind of swim it. I don't think it's going to work. All right. I might switch to the jig. I just cannot get the casting distance I want with this braid. It's got like, if you guys ever felt braid, I'm sure you have. It's got those little ridges in it, like the actual braids. For some reason, this Bass Pro Shop brand braid snags itself as it's coming off the reel. Like the braids are too thick. So you lose a bunch of casting distance. But I'm also pretty convinced that either somebody screwed up on the packaging, or that their braid is not the actual braid strength that they say it is. Because I got 30-pound braid on here, and I've been losing rigs more so than I was fishing 10-pound mono here. It's like the breaking strength of their 30-pound is like really 8-pound. But hopefully we can at least get one fish on the boat today. It just seems like it's, everybody I've talked to says they've been skunked too, except for the one guy said that there's like 1 or 2 fish between like all their people that were with them. There's a bunch of guys kayaking. I'm finally holding an anchor here, which makes me wonder if I'm going to lose this anchor too. If that's the case, I'm screwed. I'm out of anchors. That was the 3rd anchor that I lost in this lake today. And like, it felt like it got wedged into a rock pile. Hopefully they'll drop the lake enough to where I can go get my anchors back. No, it's not lead core. It's just regular braid. It's the Bass Pro Shop brand that I'm throwing right now. And I would not recommend it to anyone. It's trash. Absolute trash. I've had nothing but problems with it, to be honest. All right. Oh, and I just flipped that around. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm losing confidence in the fish ability today. Oh man, that landed 6 inches off the rocks. What I've noticed here is a lot of the bass are right on the rocks. So hopefully that landed where a bass is hanging out. I'm going to give this 2 more casts, and then I'm going to switch over to the jig. I know the jig's done pretty well here for me. Not today, but on the whole, I've done some really good fishing here on jigs. So we'll see if maybe today's something will change. Yeah, the Power Pro, that's what I've been throwing, the Power Pro Spectra. It's actually what's on my catfish rod right now. I'm really happy with that. It does seem like it's a little bigger diameter, as braid goes. But man, I have had some great success with that stuff. I've never had an issue with that line. The most issues I've had with that line were all operator error. Line itself does fine, but backlashes and things like that on my big saltwater reels, that's all been my fault. So I can't blame the line for that. I can blame this hook for not holding my freaking bait. Bait keeps sliding down the hook. All right. I really want to get into this rock pile over here. You know what? I'm going to... Ooh, that was perfect. That skipped right under that tree. Come on, anchor. Do your thing. Make sure you're holding. You do not want to drift into the rock pile. All right. I think I'm good. Okay. Yeah, I think it held me. Okay. I keep seeing little surface boils over here. I'm almost wondering if it's like a rock pile that's just barely under the water and the ripples are exposing it, or if it's like a bass chasing bait. But let me wing this over here one last time, and then we're switching to a jig. You know what I'm going to do while that's out? I'm going to strip a bunch of line off this reel, because it seems like I'm getting the same casting distance every single time, and it's down into where this line is like catching itself. I probably just screwed myself. This junky Bass Pro braid is probably going to like knot itself all up, and I'm going to end up losing all of it, but we'll see. If I lose all of it, then I lose all of it. I got Power Pro on the way. But you guys, Bass Pro is good for a bunch of stuff. The braid is not. I would say just don't. All right, one more cast with this Ergo color, and then it's on to the black blue jig again. So I know that I've been doing really well on those. Yeah, most of the Bass Pro products are, I mean, there's some that are good, but it seems like a lot of their stuff is just thrown together shit. Now, I am fishing a Bass Pro branded rod, and this rod has done really well. But that's about the only thing I've ever bought with their brand on it that has done very well. Oh, good grief. It is so hot, you guys. It's When I got to the lake here today, it was 112 degrees. I mean, I walked into the office because, you got to go pay the little office here for your boat launch, your parking permit, and your fishing fee. And when I walked in, they had a sign on the door that said no rental boats available today. And I asked them why, what was going on, if there was something going on with the lake or something. And the guy says, no, we're not renting boats today because of the extreme heat advisories. So it's so hot that they shut their rental boat thing down for the day. Which is funny because the campground up there is damn near full. So I'm sure there would have been 6, 7, 8 people that wanted to rent a boat today. At least, It's $50 for the rental boat. And then $11 per person for the lake fishing permit. There's just nothing happening here today. I've never seen so little activity on this lake. Usually the carp here are rolling around like mad. Like everywhere you look, there's carp rolling. And today, not even the carp are rolling. I'm wondering how much the weather pattern, the lake level, and the water clarity are affecting things. Because the trifecta of all three could be huge. All right, let me switch over to the jig. We'll throw a jig in the water here. I'm going to grab some water here real quick because, 100 and holy hell outside. You got to stay hydrated. Otherwise, your brain pan will start eating itself, and you don't want that. I'm actually going on my 2nd gallon of water here today. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the jig rod, which I know casts great. I'm going to stick this in the rod holder, and I'm going to reset the cat rod because it just keeps blowing the freaking line right back into the boat. It's actually caught up now in my windshield. You got to be fucking kidding me. My God, man. I need to get this out deeper to where it'll stay. And I'm sure it's probably tangled up as all hell. Yeah. Good God, man. Okay, there, it wasn't that bad. Okay, let me redo this hook. Get it a little better in there. We're going to fling this out a little bit to where, there we go, where when it hits bottom, it should actually hopefully tighten up the line. So should hopefully have that line stay tight now, the way it's out there. I hope. Let me give it a second and see what it's going to do. Okay, yeah. That's going to stay. So clicker on. Do one more crank and a little bit. Oh, come on, wind. Don't do me like that. Okay. Should stay tight now. clicker on. And we should be good to go. And hopefully, that thing will start going crazy here in a minute. Now, let's get this jig out in the water and see if the good old black blue jig with a baby brush hog will decide to drum up a fish. No, there's only 6 watching, but thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate the support. I don't know why YouTube's throttling my channel so bad lately. Usually we have like 15, 18 people in here at least. But I guess YouTube doesn't like me anymore. I guess they're mad at me for something. I'm just going to slow roll this jig across the bottom here and hopefully not get it stuck and lose it. Man, there are some gnarly freaking clouds out over the horizon there. Hopefully they bring us some cooler weather and maybe some rain. We could definitely use a bunch of rain. Sounded like someone was sitting on that. The line actually pulled some line out and then it went slack. Let me am I gonna get doubled up here? That would be hilarious. What I would do if I got doubled up, I would set the snot out of this cat line and then get the bass. Okay, there's definitely nothing on it. Oh, I'm snagged. Come on, don't snag. I got it back. Oh, that's the beauty of a 100-pound braid. You get snagged on a tree with that, you pull a whole tree home with you. All right, I did lose my bait. So I'm thinking something might have took that bait. I'm down to my last little bit of cat bait here. So hopefully this last little bit of bait will get me that lake record cat. Because otherwise, we're done catfishing. Oh, this is so disgusting. It's just a hot dog, but it's been sitting in this bag that had that chicken in it. And that chicken was absolutely so nasty and rotten that I literally threw up when I tried to put it on the hook. Like, that was the worst thing I've ever smelled in my life. I mean, it was worse than, like, I don't know. I can't even describe how bad it was. It was the foulest thing I've ever seen and smelled in my life. All right. So hopefully this last little chunk of hot dog will catch me Buford. Actually, I don't want Buford. I want Brutus. Kaploosh. It's a big old 8-ounce weight I got on there, so big old splash when I hit the water. You get this back set up in the rod holder. There it is. Set the clicker on. Am I hung up or is that something? Is that a fish or is that a... a snag. There had to be something just. Okay. I'm going to set this in the rod holder and then just tighten her down. Tighten her up. Okay, nice and tight. Whoop. Clicker wouldn't set. So let me set the clicker, tighten her up, and then I'll just back off the. Come on. Okay, I got a little bend in the rod. Clicker's on. There we go. I can't see that being a fish. All right, we're just going to let that stay where it is. And we're going to throw the jig. All right, guys, 16 of you here. 16 likes. Appreciate you. Definitely not going to have the stream of a lifetime here, but it is what it is. So let's get this jig back out in the water. I just don't get it. Like, I'm so tempted to just start over on the stream. See if maybe I can get it to get pushed out by YouTube. There's only 5 watching. If it drops down to 4, I'm killing it. And